Good morning, good morning. We didn't dance the whole night through, at least I didn't, but maybe you did.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, I'm not really sure if I buy anything or not, but make sure you stay tuned until the end of the video and you'll find out. Look at these light fixtures that are hanging from the ceiling here in this booth. This one is probably from the 1930s, a glass crystal chandelier. Yeah, that's probably from the 1930s. I don't see a price tag on that one. And then I love this puffy glass shade here, this fruit glass, sometimes called a puffy. That's nice. That is $300. And then some slag glass lamps of different ages over there. And wow, a wonderful deco buffet over there. Not buffet, china closet. I'm kind of stuck. Back up here. Turn you guys around very slowly. A lot of anchor hocking ruby red on this counter. They're playing the old lamp lighter in the background. Can you hear that? I've played that before on my show. Look at the cats. And there's one grooming himself, as they are wont to do. Let's see what this is. That's a made in Japan. I have never seen that before. No chips on ears. Is it? Of course. I always find the one item that's got no price tag on it. Why does that always happen to me? No price tag on the cats. All right, I'm taking that up front. We want to get a price on that. Now, before I take it up, what would I pay for it? I've never seen it. It's in good condition. I'd pay one price to keep it, and I would pay one price to sell it, because if I'm going to sell it, you got to make money on it. I hope it's in focus. All right, I'll take that up. And then this handkerchief vase over here in mid-century. This is 1995. Okay, so this might be reasonable. Let me take this up front and get a price. Well, this won't be the first time I have found a photograph of a relative in a New Jersey or Philadelphia antique store. This is my mother's sister, and this is her high school graduation photograph from the Washington, D.C. trip. Let's see if we can find my aunt. Wait a minute, I lost her. Where'd she go? Hold on. There she is. Right there in the center. I'll try to hold the camera. She's in the dark dress. Right there in the middle. That's my aunt. One of my aunts. And the rest of the picture is pretty damaged. How about that? There's an old toaster for $50. Probably dates late 20s to the 30s. And another one that we can't really see. There are some women close by that are talking. I hope you can still hear me. Here's an old universal waffle iron down here. We're going to talk more about waffles later. Waffles have really been in the news on my channel, haven't they? There's the big bad wolf, the old cloth Halloween masks. They always seem scarier than today's masks for some reason. This one is $30. What's that? That's a hairnet. We don't want that. There was a time when I had use for a hairnet. Well, I mean, I had big hair in the 80s like everybody did. We all had big hair in the 80s. Let's see what's back here. Ooh, look at this. It says Oddfellows suit. Okay. Oh, maybe that's what the mask is for. Wolf mask? So this is a Oddfellows. Is what? That's some kind of a Masonic thing. I remember the old lady that lived next to us when I was a boy. She was a member of Eastern Star. And they would get all dressed up, and they wore everything in white. They all had white hair and white dresses. and a whole truckload of them would pull up and pick her up. I shouldn't say truckload. And they would go off to their Eastern Star meeting. Anybody remember that? Anybody still in it? Look at the old movie camera here, projector. And Keystone 8mm movie, $75. And this thing looks like it's maybe from a carnival. I've filmed here before, so I apologize if I'm showing you the same thing twice. That says Antique Carousel Light with new light bulbs, $750. Really neat. Lion head corbels. Ooh. Okay, wait a minute. Dim lights when approaching gate. All right. They need to turn the lights up for me. Let me get out of here. And, my. Well, here's another grouping of Hall pottery, which seems to be a little more reasonably priced in keeping with its current value, other than the last shop that I was in. Here's a teapot for $45, sugar bowl $20, and then some little vases here. $24 on this one, $30 on this one. Let's see, this little guy should be $19.95. So yeah, that's about what I would expect. And I am in an antique store, so this is a retail price for these things. Not, we're not at an auction house. So a little more in keeping with about what those pieces are worth these days. A little parlor suite here. Suite. I always get those. It's bedroom, suite, living room, suite. Did I get that right? You'll tell me. I think you're supposed to say it one way or the other. All right, let's go over here. We see some stuff I have to see about this jadeite bowl. Ooh. Oh, it's the, $32. Nah, that's for the reamer, for the top of the mixer. Nope. I find plenty of those. And I can find one cheaper than that. But I don't need one at the moment. All right, lots of tins. There's a doorstop. This is sort of 1930s, 40s looking. And it is a green vase. Let me focus for you. All right, it's a green vase and it's $28. $28. And it's a Hager with the paper sticker on it. That's a nice one. Okay, for $28, that would be a keeper, I think. I don't know if there's any resale in it. There might be a little bit, but I like that. I like that color. Okay, display cabinet. And there's a little, I don't believe that's terribly old, that Coca-Cola thing. Look at this old kerosene or gas, some type of stove down there, made out of iron. And sorry, they're still having that conversation. Is it too loud? I won't know until I get home and edit this video if they're too loud or not, so I can't really tell how much this thing picks up.
All right, come in. Happy shopping if I see
Okay, she said happy shopping. I think they're going to break it up now. They're having a good time. We're not going over there yet. Oh, look at the lamps. We're not going over there yet either. Stick to the left. Well, I've got to tell you about this. Now, I have never seen it before. And, of course, you know, I'm just here off the cuff. Of course, I've heard of Heinz oven-baked beans. I mean, haven't we all? So here's a big earthenware crock, I guess, I don't know what you want to call it, bean pot. Heinz oven-baked beans, and it's pretty large. Now, the unusual thing and what caught my eye is there's a temperature gauge over here on the side. There's an on-off switch here. Let me focus in on it. And that's old, okay? That wasn't, somebody didn't drill a hole in this and then decide to install that. So we've got off, medium, high. It looks like there's probably a rheostat in there to control the temperature. And then back here, it's dark in here, I'm sorry, is where the electric cord came out and has been cut off. So there's a burner in there. Now, this shelf is very rickety. I don't want to take this thing down, but up here it says Heinz Bean Pot Planter. Well, it's not a planter. $135. And it has a hinged lid on the top, which is metal. This must have been for commercial use. I cannot imagine it being for domestic use, but I really don't know. Do you suppose it was used in a store where they actually kept the beans hot and you could sample it? Or do you think it came from a restaurant? I'm really puzzled about this. I want to do some research on it. And I wish it weren't chipped in the front here, but that's, you know, you could live with that. I just think that's really unusual. And it probably dates to at least the 1920s. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a big old crack in there or a scratch? I think it's just a scratch. All right, I know it's dark in here. Okay, I want to learn about that. Have you seen it? You might like to know some of the uranium glass prices here in this New Jersey antique mall. The fan vase here is $28.95. The 6 sherbet cups back here are $36 for the 6. The Princess cookie jar without the lid is $20. The grill plates are $11 each. The Hazel Atlas, that's $15, and so forth. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. How many of you remember the old ladies that wore these to church? They were wearing these in the 1920s, 30s, and some of the old ladies were still wearing these in the I want to say even in the early 70s. And there'd be, usually the mouth has a little clip in it. Yes, see? Ooh, and it would clip onto their sweater like that. Gosh, I think everybody had one of the, all those women. Creepy baby, creepy baby. Something a little different here. I'm out of my element with all this vintage clothing, women's vintage clothing, but I think you guys might get a kick out of some of the hats. Let's look at some of the old hats up here. Of course, we know nobody wears hats anymore. Well, I wear hats. I wear hats all the time. My head is always cold. I already told you all about that. More hats over here. Didn't everybody get a new hat at Easter time? Right? Your Easter bonnet. Look at this chandelier up here. Also looks like one. Let's see. Let's get a closer look. Yeah, that's probably in 1930s. That's amazing. Let's see. How much? $425. You know what? That is not bad. You go out to a big box hardware store and try to find light fixtures. That's a big one. Boy, what a statement in your dining room. 400 bucks? 400 and something? I would do it. That's really nice. Atlantic City and Coney Island. If you live in New Jersey or New York City, you spent time at either one of those back after the turn of the century. Very nice. Everything is so crystal clear and sparkly in these cabinets. So much to see. Waterford crystal. And a collection of carnival glass down here on the floor. And there's the piece that I just sold. And I want to say thank you. I don't think I ever did. To Ab at Time for Clocks, who researched this for me. When he saw the Star of David, he was interested in that, and he found out that these pieces were actually manufactured for the Masonic use. Now, I don't know exactly which, Knights Templar or BPOE. He told me, and now I don't remember. But it's one of those Masonic symbols. And it says Amethyst Carnival Glass Bowl Northwood Star of David, $55. I think that's about what the one sold for that I had. I sold it at auction online. So thanks, Ab, for looking that up. Deco coffee pot, $45. Farberware. And a Gilbert milkshake mixer for $45. More blue and white. And another pretty chandelier. Now that one, based upon the metalwork, looks like something probably from the 1960s. Look at the flow blue. And here are some mid-century lamps over here. This is really neat. And it is $385. And here's one that hangs. And it is $475. What does it say? It says mid-century It says mid-century modern swag lamp, Ames era with UFO globe, rare, $475. All right.
You've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin'.
I'm going to be in here all day. Well, I certainly hope that this bibbed kitten is not planning on eating the chick. And no, this was not meant for a cat food dish, but probably for a small child from the 1930s. It's cute though, I've never seen that before. And it is $10, vintage, yeah, it says vintage baby dish. That's almost worth it just for the unusual subject matter.
Wait till the sun shines, Nelly, when the clouds go drifting by. We will be happy, Nelly, don't you sigh. Down Lover's Lane we'll wander, sweetheart, you and I. Wait till the sun shines, Nelly, by and by.
Look at this nice, really tall Czechoslovakian 1930s girl. Made before the war. Most of the time I find these, they're about half this size. She's got a little nip out of the back of her hat there. And maybe one in the front. She's really tall. Let me put her back. I like her. Okay. I can't believe I haven't knocked anything down. Here's an Airedale. Let's see what you are. Beswick Terrier. Oh, it's England. Yeah, $10. That's pretty good. That's not a bad price for that terrier. I think he's an Airedale. I was looking at pictures of Scottish Terriers, the Scotty dog, and I was looking at pictures of Airedales last night to try to make sure I know the difference between the two. But I probably have it confused. Here's some more pups. 35. Royal Dalton Terrier, 23. And the one drinking from the dish, he's 35 and he's Royal Dalton as well. I like this English one for $10, the Beswick one. And I'm thinking about that Czechoslovakian lady. Mm-hmm. Now that's very reasonable if you can look in between the two lamps. It makes it difficult to see it because of the light. Let me try to come over here. It's an R. Atkinson Fox print. Can you see it with the cottage? You can't see that. Let me zoom in on it. Okay, there it is. It's still dark. Oh, I give up. It's only $18 though. It looks like it's in really good condition. That's great. If you like R.A. Fox prints, and I do, lots of jadeite. And it's priced too, I'll tell you that. Did I find any treasures on this trip? You know I did. So make sure you tune into the Old Curiosity Shop tomorrow and you'll find out just what came home with me in this truck. I want to thank you for coming along and joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this antique trip as much as I did. Well, that's it. It's getting ready to rain, so I need to get myself in the house. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, saying thanks for watching. Wait for the cat, and so long for now.
Troubles after you just smile a little bit,